Welcome everybody to the first edition of the Missouri Baptist University Shootaround. We are thrilled to have as our first guest two 1,000-point scorers in the program, Tionne Taylor on the ladies' side, Brendon Hardy on the men's side. Welcome. You're excited, aren't you, T?
Yeah, I'm so excited.
T says it's good as long as you don't ask me questions, right? Okay, but too bad. Well, we're going to have some fun today. We're going to talk a little bit about your careers, okay? We're going to look at some highlights, and it's really interesting. I got a good look at these earlier, and when you all were younger, you were babies. I mean, it was just hard to believe that now as seniors, since you two have been in the program, we've done a lot of winning. So we're going to take a look back at a little bit of your careers, kind of take a look at some highlights, and feel free to laugh or throw something at the screen, whatever you feel like doing, but this is going to be kind of neat to see. We're going to take a first look here at Brendon, I believe. This is your debut against, against Crowley. Yeah, first game, and in fact, your first bucket, Brendon here, and I believe it's going to be a three, if I'm not mistaken. You're going to hit a three. Original voice. Look at Yeager. Imagine that. He got a rebound. What were you thinking right here, B? Right here, first catch. I mean, you didn't pause, did you? I mean, it's just catch and shoot.
I had to. I was so wide open.
And did Coach say something to you like, hey, get in there and just jack? Just if you feel it, hit it.
I think I knew what he wanted me to do, so I just had to.
Absolutely. And of course, the first of many. That was the first three of over 1,000 points right there, and that's really exciting. Brendon, talk a little bit about the differences, in coaches. You played for two coaches now. You Coach Brock, Coach Ingram. Tell us a little bit about the differences between the two.
With Coach Brock, we were more post-oriented, obviously. We had two great posts, and we had a couple older guys. We were an older team when I came in, so just playing with him was more post-oriented, and then when Coach Ingram came in, we just had a whole different group of guys. So, Coach Ingram really tried to push me into a bigger role, and so I couldn't be more thankful for him coming in and pushing me to be the best I can be, because I don't know if I would be the player that I am today.
So you were on that 18-19 team. There was a tournament team. What do you see in similarities between the two, between this year's team and that team? Because it seems like, knock on wood, this team could be headed in that direction as well. What do you think the similarities are between the two, Brendon?
I think it's just the maturity. Last year we were all new to each other, so we were still learning everybody and what they like to do. So this year I think we've grown so much as a team, and we're all just one unit, and we know what everybody likes to do, and we all play as just one. And I think we learned how to win. It's basically what happened.
Very cool, very cool. Well, we're going to take a look here. There's that three again. The very first points of your career are pretty cool. I think our next clip is going to be Tionne, and Tionne, this is going to be the comeback game against Woods. And I got to tell you, I've been doing the women's games now for 5 years, and those first few years were kind of rough. And then all of a sudden, we get a game like this where we're losing by 15, and then here come the Spartans. Tionne, what did this game do, not only for you, but for the program, you think?
For me, William Woods, I think, has been the one team in the conference I've always struggled against. Over the 3 years, I think I've only scored 5 points total. And so this game was just a really big game. Not only because we dug ourselves a very big hole, but it just showed if we have enough grit and we work hard, we could easily come back.
And Tionne, you've been, you came here and from Francis Howe, and that transition into college basketball. How long did it take till you felt comfortable here on the college level?
Very different. We didn't lift in high school. We just were there. We weren't very good either in high school, and I think that college has really taught me to humble myself, because they're all just as good as I am, not better. And it just made me realize if we work as a team, we're very capable of being the top team.
And you can tell in this game here, this comeback was incredible, Tionne. I mean, this had to give the team some confidence, and the team right now is playing at such a high level. Of course, coming off those big games. I think we've got Brendon's three-pointer. Brendon, you talk about this one here. This was a big one here. Game winner against Harris Stowe back in 1920. Remember this one? Talk us through this.
Oh man, I was hoping that John was going to throw it to me. We didn't really need a three, but I was open, so I just took it. Coach said always be confident. So I had to take it there. That was a big win for us. It's a St. Louis rivalry, and Harris Stowe was saying that we weren't anything this year, and so it was nice to beat them all.
Listen to what your coach says.
And Sam Heck is going to be doing is Hardy's.
Right.
I mean, that three there was a confident
Right.
stroke shot. I mean, he's 0 for 6 at half.
Yeah.
And that sucker there, man, I tell you what, man, we talked about him in the preseason.
Yep.
You and I were talking about how well he's been playing and the way his game's changed. And, man, I tell these guys all the time, man, as a shooter, just knowing as it is, a former shooter, that you shoot shots, you knock them down. If you're confident, you shoot it. And that's what I want them to do.
And he says it a lot.
Yeah, talk about that. You know, Brendon, how does that feel hearing your coach say those things about you?
Oh, it feels, I mean, it gives you all the confidence in the world. Like, if he tells you, anytime you feel open to shoot it, like, how could you not feel confident in any of that shot?
And how could you not want to play for a guy like that, right? Gosh, when I coach, we used to tell guys, God, if you shoot, you're never going to go back in the ball game again. So to have that is pretty good, right? So let's take a look, too. We got a great clip on probably the biggest win, Tionne, maybe since you've been here in the program, and that was Saturday night against Columbia. Talk us through this game. Tionne, this was something special, wasn't it?
Yeah, this game, going into it, we were all already very upset because they had been tweeting like, oh, it's been like 30 games in a row, MoDOT has never beat us.
It would be 33, but that's okay, yeah.
Even worse. So going into this game, I just knew like, we want revenge. Like, we could easily compete, match up. Like, they really didn't have much over us. And
you know, Tionne, you came out on fire in this ball game. Have something to prove?
I was mad.
Yeah.
I was mad.
Yeah. Well, you know, coming off that tough loss the night before against a Lion, and a game that, boy, a three-pointer just misses to win that, and then you just come out on fire. But I think one of the biggest things for me, Tionne, in your game that I've seen over the years of covering you, after you picked up the second foul on Saturday.
I for sure thought I was sitting until that third quarter.
But you played through that. Talk about that a little bit. How have you matured in that sense, that where, you know, you don't let it bother you? I remember last year, if you picked up your second right away, that third was usually coming about 10 seconds later. Talk us through that.
Coach B has done a really good job about like telling me like, hey, we need you in the game, like you can't foul out, and even if you do, like you have to stay anyways. And so I think it's more about being smart and not like risking like sitting the rest of the game when we could have that competitive edge, like all of our starters in, going head on head with their best players. So really it's just a composure thing, because I definitely had to work on that the past 3 years.
Yeah.
It's not completely at 100%, but I would say that I think I got better at it and like controlling my emotions better.
And this was a prime example right here, because, you know, this was a game where your team really needed you, and you stepped up big. Listen to Coach here. This is a great clip here. I get so excited just watching this.
5 points at 9 at the half. She was huge in the second half, and maybe more than anything else, managed some early foul trouble. Got 2 really quick ones.
Yeah.
Played the rest of the game, and especially in that fourth quarter,
Yeah.
under control.
Yeah, 100%, 100%, man. And she's the closer for us. You know, we bring in the closer. We try to get her a couple of ball screens, let her get downhill, 12 for 15 from the free throw line. Man, she's a heck of a talent, man. She's a Player of the Year type candidate in our league. But she really solidified the game for us, man. But
And Tionne, you know, you can't get help but just get so pumped when you listen to Sam and how he feels about you as a player. And you know, you think about how the program's changed since when you first got here. Yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
I think when I first came in, it was just like, oh, we didn't really have much support because the seasons, we were losing seasons, or it was like 50-50. I think that we've gained a lot more confidence in ourselves over the years, and like the Lion game for us really proved like, hey, like we're right there with them. We could have easily beat them. They lucked out on that one, and we can compete with anyone in this conference.
And you know, I heard Sam say this is Player of the Year stuff. I've been saying that for the last month, young lady. You're playing at a level right now that is the difference between, you know, this is where you see the top players in the league. We're going to take a look now at these 1,000-point scores, and it's funny. We're starting with Tionne's, and this is actually kind of funny. We were really confused here, so I apologize to you for not recognizing right away that was your 1,000th point. Take a look.
They reset the shot clock and should not.
And one. Oh! What was the call? Count the bucket. Yeah, okay, they're going to count the bucket. That's good. Okay. And watch Lyle here. He's not. Lyle, I don't blame you, my friend. I'd be like, are you
the
kidding me?
basket for Tionne Taylor, right?
Yeah, Tionne gets the
Just
basket.
gave her mark, right?
I believe so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right,
that's 1,000 points.
She's got
I had no
17.
idea. Yep, that's 1,000 points. Wow. Awesome. Congratulations. That's awesome. Wow. Wow. I got chills right now. That's really cool. Yeah, Tionne, what's that moment mean to you?
I think it meant more than like when I got my 1,000 points in high school, just because here I didn't know how rare it was to get it, but just to have teammates and a coach that supports me and is always continuously pushing me to be the best version of myself. So I couldn't really ask for more than that.
Really cool. And you know, coming back next year, shoot, let's go for 2,000. What do you think? Both of you. Hey, why not? We're there. All right, we're going to take a look at Brendon's now. And this, you know, Brendon, I'm going to set this up real quick. You know, yours came, ironically, from a free throw. Yeah. Shooting free throws.
Could be 1,000 from the foul line, and need I point out, he's an 86% free throw shooter.
You don't need to point that out. You can knock both of these down.
Don't know who that foul was on, actually, and there it is, Brendon Hardy. And that is 1,000.
1,000 in
his
the career.
career.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Twice in an afternoon. He got them both.
Well done.
Tionne Taylor did it in the women's game, and now Brendon Hardy does it in the men's game.
That's pretty cool. You know, they both
cool.
wear the same number, and I think that's just really neat. For a guy that's just a phenomenal three-point shooter, and you're right, that's part of your game has evolved. You're going to the basket more, and just makes you a better overall player, don't you think? Yeah.
Yeah, I really tried to elevate my game because, I mean, it's easy if you're just shooting threes, they can just face guard you, so just.
Yeah, and I got to ask you this question. There it was right there, 1,000 points. And for you, I'm going to ask you the same thing that I asked Tionne. What does that mean to you?
I mean, this is one of the goals I set for myself when I came in. I wanted to do that ever since I was a freshman, so I didn't know if I was going to be able to accomplish it. I mean, it's definitely a lot harder than it was in high school. Because in high school, you know, you come in, I was, you know, just a small town type of guy, but not taking away anything from him, but it's just a lot harder. I had to really elevate my game to a whole different level that I didn't know I could. And I think I just worked my tail off the whole time to really reach my mark. So, and that's not the only goal we set this year. So
that's right. And you know, I can tell you both. It's been a privilege and an honor to be able to call your games. I've gotten to know you both. Say things on the air that we really mean. We're big fans. Thank you for sitting down, taking the time. Continued success, not only this year, not only next year, but for your lifetime. And hopefully we can do this again. All right, thanks. Great job, guys. Thank you.